That includes all the crew. Welcome back to Low Energy Videos. We are here to play an old classic. Planescape Torment. A game that is quite honestly beloved by millions. To me it was like, ooh, interesting. Then I played it and I was kind of confused. So, we are going to be playing this the same way we're going to play Fallout. This Fallout 1. It's more of a... I'm going to give it its fair shake this time. Which hopefully means I damn beat it. What's the rest? They're a new life. Now, here is the nameless one, because why the fuck not? So it's generic. Is that a random number? Your wisdom is pretty good. Max it out.
corpse, or you putting the blinds on the dusties? I thought you were a debtor for sure.
Mort! Next time you spend night in the burg, go easy on the bug. Okay. Name is Orc. I'm trapped here too. Trapped. Lolo, Kren. Dar of Kren, you are the first here, so you must be my guide. I know it's super quiet. I've been trying everything to fix the damn thing. It is beyond annoying. At least that's coming in. Jesus, that's something at least. Alright, I need to find out what the hell is the problem here. Because every time... Like, how am I sounding now? Is the game overlapping or what? Because I seem to be having tremendous problems with my audio. Okay. Honestly, don't know. Slightly better now, but still a bit quiet. Like, there's only so many things I can do. The output gains out to max. That's not even turned on. Well, that'll be something. How about that? Whoa. Look at that. Look at that bad boy. As for the game being lowered, yeah, I can definitely lower that. If you can't. Did you have time? Well, that definitely worked, huh? Alright, so the problem, I just didn't have the noise suppress. I had the gain thing, expander, turned off. Yeah, since you haven't time, legs yet, here's the chant. Tried all the doors and the rooms are locked tighter than a chastity belt. Well, some chastity belts don't do a good job. We're locked in here. What's this place? It's called the mortuary. It's a big black structure with all the architectural charm of a pregnant spider. Why does it have to be black? Mortuary? What, am I dead? That's where I'm standing. You got scars aplenty. Evan! Hey man! How you doing? My mic was literally right by my face that time. So now that the gain has been fixed, I can actually backtrack it. I can move it a little bit away. Pour myself an ice cold gin and tonic. What's the tonic? Drinking apple and elderflower presse. So it's apple and elderflower tonic. Yo, it's got two. Oh shit, man! You have to hold that. You know what they say about religious relics. That must have hurt though. Was it predominant too? Where I'm standing, you got scars aplenty. Looks like some are pointed you with a knife. All the more reason to give that place a laugh for whoever carved you up back when it's a job. Scars? How bad are they? Well, the carving chests aren't too bad, with the ones in your back. Tattoo gallery in your back, chief, spells out so. Yeah, literally to start playing. I played it a while back, way back, but I'm looking to beat it the same way I'm trying to beat Fallout Fallout 1. I didn't give this game the time of day. I just kind of dismissed it. Probably because it was too complicated and I was getting too distracted. I gotta be a good boy. Tattoos in my back, what did I say? This comes with some directions. Okay. Now you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of stick wash. But you need to center yourself. Among your possessions is a journal that sheds some lights in the dark and the matter. Farod can fill you in the rest of the chant, if he's not in the dead book already. No, I have not. I've only vaguely know the name. Kind of interesting. I also want to give Baldur's Gate a good try. Yeah, it's a bit more puzzles. Let's see, it goes on. Don't lose the journal or we'll be up in sticks again, and whatever you do, do not tell anyone who and what happened to you, or they'll put you in quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. We'll tell you and read the journal and find Farron. No wonder my back hurts. I should do voices. I'll stick with the voices they give everyone. No wonder my back hurts. There's a damn novel written there. As for the journal it's supposed to have with me, was there one with me when I was lying here? No. You were stripped of its skin when you arrived here. Sides look like you got enough journal pinned on your body. What about Farad? Do you know him? Baldur's Gate. Cool. No one knows. Then again, I don't know many people. Still, some Burke gonna know where to find Farad, once we get out of here, that is. So, how do we get out of here? Suddenly turned into Steven Seagal. Alright, let's make our character Steven Seagal. I can do that really easily. Let me just jam 5 cheeseburgers down me and run to Russia. Well, all the doors are locked, so we'll need the key. Chances are one of the walking corpses in the room has it. Walking corpses? Yeah, the mortuary keepers use dead bodies as cheap labor. Typical, must be in China. Corpses are dumb as stone, but they're harmless. I won't attack you unless you attack first. So some other way, I want to kill just for the key. Or, so I should attack one of these corpses and lead it for the key. Well, before you do that, arm yourself first. And scalp him. Search the shelves. Look. One last thing, those corpses are slow as molasses. Getting punched out, one of them is being kicked like a battering ram. Start getting the edge on you, remember you can run. You can't use it. So he's just basically saying don't go and get yourself killed. Bandages. I love his face. Right, it's this one that has the key. Zombie worker. This corpse stops and stares blankly as you approach. The number 782 is carved onto its forehead, and its lips have been stitched closed. Its faint smell of formaldehyde emanates from its body. I'm sure I know some people like that. No point asking them because they don't speak. Examine the corpse. They're carrying the key. Yeah, knew it. This corpse looks like the one with the key. It's holding it tightly in the left hand. Its thumb and forefinger locked around it in a deadly grip. You'll need to hack the corpse's hand off to free the key. That corpse looks like you're not long for this world. Oh. There we are. Those zombies don't give a shit. Tons of experience by beating the crap out of them, but seldom any need. I'll talk to each one. Corpse head lolls back and forth on the shoulders, jumping from the angle. The neck looks like its mane may have been hanging number 852. 8 on the side of its head. It's great talking with you. Cool. Okay. I should have used the scalpel, but I didn't. I'm an idiot. What? Inventory. Scalpel. There we are. Look at the scalpel. Scalpel! I love the design of all this. Oh shit, I see what's happening on screen. I'll fix that super fast. Where's chat box? I want chat box to stay up, so I have it selected always show messages. You can change that. Surgical, looks like it's seen a lot of use. Okay. Psst, some advice, Chief. Keep away Keep quiet from here on. No need to put any more corpses in the dead book that's necessary, especially the Femmies. The Femmies! Oof. Plus, killing them might draw the caretakers here. Who are the caretakers? They call themselves Dustmen. You can't miss them. They have obsession with black and rigor mortis of the face. They're all a bunch of ghoulish death worshippers. Believe everyone should die. Sooner the better. Sooner better than later. I'm confused. What did the Dustmen care if I escape? Weren't you listening? They said the Dusties believe everybody's gotta die. Sooner or later. Not sooner than later. Ugh. I'll read today. In the corpses you've seen are happy or dead book. And out of it, corpses said here where they will come from. Before you say something about that. Said I didn't kill any female corpses. Why? What? Are you serious? Look, Chief. These dead shits are the last chance for a couple of hardy bashers like us. Need to be chivalrous. I hang them for a key. No lopping off limbs off. Nothing like that. So he wants to fuck a corpse. Chief, they're dead. We're dead. See where I'm going? You can't be serious. Chief, we've already got an opening line with these limping ladies. We're all died at least once. I have something to talk about. They appreciate men with our kind of death experience. I suppose he can eat her. He doesn't even have a tongue. They can sit on his skull, I guess. They can dry hump him. I mean, it would be dry because it would just be dust that comes out. I mean, to what end? Like, does he have any feelings at all? Wait, didn't you say before that I'm not dead? Well, alright, you might not be dead, but I am. Where I'm standing? Well, you're not standing, you're technically hovering. Wouldn't mind sharing coffee with some of these fine sinewy cadavers I'm seeing here. Mort starts clacking his teeth, as if in anticipation. Of course, the caretakers would have no part with them first. Have to part with them first, and that's not likely. Alright, where'd they come from? Death visits the plane every day, Chief. These shambles are all that's left of the poor sods who sold their bodies to the caretakers after death. And that's it. Look, Chief, it's obvious that you're still a little addled after your kiss with death. I got 2 bits of advice for you. 1, you got questions, ask me, alright? Alright. Got questions, I ask. 2nd, if you're half as forgetful as you seem to be, start writing stuff down. Come across that might be important. Jot it down so you don't forget. Useful in a point-and-click game. That journal I was supposed to have with me, I'll do that. Start a new one then, Chief. No loss. Just play a parchment and ink around here to last you. Alright, couldn't hurt. I'll make a new one then. Used to keep track of your movements. If you ever start to get cloudy on important things like who you are, more importantly, who I am, use it to refresh your memory. Alright, I got it.
Updated my journal.
I've updated my journal. I don't know where I got the journal, but I've updated. I know there's a few zombies around here that actually aren't zombies. There's at least 2 that are special. There's a little trick with one of them as well. It's about as the limits of my knowledge. Shambling corpse gazes at you with vacant eyes. Her skin is paper thin, almost wispy, and draped a sheet of cobwebs across her frame. Number 594 is scratched onto her forehead with a charcoal pen. So, doing anything later? Corpse continues to stare at you. Farewell then. Psst. See that way? One is looking at me? Huh? See that? Where she was following the curves of my occipital bone? You mean the blank-eyed bone beyond the grave stare? What? Are you blind? She was scouting me out. It was shameless the way she wanted me. What would she do to you? wanting you to go away, maybe. She was obviously too distracted by me. Look at them fighting over corpses to a stupid bobbing head with a big mouth. I think you're imagining things. She's a zombie, a corpse, a dead person. You probably didn't even register her to her senses. Your imagination needs to tie away from each other. Whatever, Morty. Let's go. I'm going to call him Morty, of course. Even though I think it's Morte. I think I'll make mine ridiculously horny all the time. You? Yeah, right. Trust me. Chits beyond the... Stop calling them chits. I don't know why, but I find it offensive. Beyond the grave. Don't care all about that physicality. And I've got a body. And I'm all scarred and tough looking. They want guys with spirit. That's me, Chief. You? Corpses like you are as common as copper. Dick. Worker. The left side of this woman's face looks as if it was carved in with a club. Her flesh sags and bruises, swollen clumps over a ruined skull. The number 626 has been stitched to the corpse's right cheek, just below the eye. Ugh, nasty wound you have there. Corpse continues to stare at you, one good eye. Yeah. This corpse is lumbering along a triangular path. Once it reaches one of the corners, the triangle pauses, then turns and staggers towards the next corner. It has 965 tattooed on the side of its skull. As it approaches, it halts and stares at you. So, why are you walking in a triangle? Worker continues to stare at you blankly. I guess you'd say that. Corpse is shuffling slab to slab, bandaging the corpage line there. Number 396 is carved into its left temple. As lips are stitched closed, you notice the corpse is carrying a roll of bandages in a hand. Bandages that look useful. Mind if I borrow those bandages? Worker corpse continues to stare at you. Try and take the bandages from the zombie. You snake your hand out and roll the bandages in the corpse's hand. The corpse doesn't even seem to notice, clearly going through the motions of bandaging the bodies. Damn. The corpse is shuffling from slab to slab. Sir, but taking those bandages from you. It's I need them more than bodies here. He needs to stare at you. Okay. As Farad. I never could understand his floating chair there. It looks weird. He's got like a little candle over his head. Female corpse is making a round. Slab, slab. Her hair is not in a long braid and looped around her neck like a noose. Someone has stenciled 1096 onto her forehead, and lips have been stitched closed. Nice braid. Respond. You never do. Oh, that's not. Yeah, that's Doll, not Farad. It's kind of hard to judge how he looks from this angle, but you can just make out the dude's face. Scribe looks very old. His skin is wrinkled and slight traces of yellow like old parchment. Charcoal grey. Eyes lined with an angular face, and a large white beard flows down in front of his robe like a waterfall. His breathing is ragged and irregular, but even his occasional coughing does not slow the scratching of his quilted. Greetings. Scribe stops scratching the book before him, then looks up. His eyes are like two nails driving into his skull. So, he sounds tired, as he repeated the same thing many times before. You have awoken from your sleep and returned to your dream. Here's more respectfully. Well met again, restless one. Restless one? Do you know who I am? Know you? There's a trace of bitterness in the scribe's voice as he speaks. I have never known you, restless one, no more than you have known yourself. Silence for a moment, for you have forgotten. Have you not? Who are you? I am a man who's about to have some gin. Our mixture isn't too bad. The elderflower is lovely. The apple's not overpowering. I'm not a big fan of apples, but I thought I'd give it a go. As always, the question... And the wrong question is always... God, the writing in this is pretty good. He bows slightly. The movement suddenly sends him into a bout of coughing. He pauses for a moment and catches his breath. I am dull. Perhaps you can answer some questions for me, doll.
Updated my journal.
I've updated my journal. The real question is, have you updated your journal? Very well. What did you wish to know? What is this place? How did I get here? Can you tell me how to get out of here? Do you know who I am? What do you do here? You sound ill. Are you not well? Nothing, farewell, doll. That would be a weird thing. What is this place? We're in the mortuary, restless one. Again, you have come. Before he can finish, Doll breaks into a fit of coughing. After a moment, he calms himself with breathing, resumes his ragged wheeze. This is the waiting room for those who are about to part the shadow of this life. Tell me about the mortuary. This is where the dead are brought to be interned or cremated. The responsibility as dustmen to care for the dead, those who have left this shadow of life and walked the path of true death. Doll's voice drops in concern. Your wounds must have exerted a heavy toll if you do not recognize this place. It is almost your home. The shadow of life. The codex of ultimate wisdom. Yes, a shadow. You see, restless one, this life, it is not real. Your life, my life, they are shadows, flickering on what life once was. This life is where we end up after we die, and here we remain trapped, caged, till we achieve true death. And technically, it's kind of true. I mean, isn't Sigil in the middle of the plains, and aren't the plains where you go when you die on Faerun? So he's not wrong, I guess. True death. Come on, you're doing a roll. True death is non-existence, a state devoid of reason, of sensation, of passion. Doll coughs, then gives a ragged breath. A state of purity. Sounds like oblivion. That's right, but it's the mortal plane. But Sigil surrounds all the planes of what's the correct term for it? They're like the afterlives. You've got like they're like divided in like a circle, like a clock, and then in the center you've got this long tower, and at the top of it lies Sigil. That's where everyone goes when you die in Faerun. At least that's how I remember it. The outer planes. Yeah. Isn't Sigil in the top, in the center of that? Like a big donut. True death is non-existent. Yeah, say purity. It sounds like oblivion. Why would anyone want that? Oh, so we're going to talk about atheism now, are we? Is it worse than remaining in the shadow of life once was? I think not. It's not better or worse, it just is. That's what oblivion is. Tell me more about the mortuary. I have other questions. Yeah, so he's not wrong. Anyone who would have lived in Sigil or lived on the plains, born and died there, they would be the either the descendants or the direct people born from previous lives. Which does raise the question of when you die on the plains, where do you go from there? Do you get reborn onto the plains again? Like, I'm sure the answer is fairly obvious, but I only remember a lot of this stuff from Jordan, PH. Hello everyone, Jordan here. The PH is silent. Today we are talking about the plains. I like that dude. It's cool. How did I get here? The front gate is the most obvious exit. They will not let anyone or the dustman pass. Doll breaks into a ragged cough and continues. One of the guides by the front gate has a key to it. It is unlikely he will go unless you are extremely persuasive. Questions? Know who I am?
Updated my journal.
I know scant little of you, restless one. I know little more than those that have journeyed with you and know lie in our keeping. Doll sides. As they no longer ask others to join with you, restless one. Where you walk, so walks misery. Let your burden be your own. For others who have journeyed with me, and are they here?
updated my journal.
You do not know the woman's course interred in the memorial hall below. I thought that she had travelled with you in the past. Dahl looks like he is about to start coughing again. Catches his breath. Am I mistaken? I know nothing of her. Dahl makes no response to this. He simply stares at you in silence. Before, you said there were others interned here who journeyed with me. Where are they? Doubtless they are. But I know not their names or where they lie. One such as you has left the path that many have walked, and few have survived. Dahl gestures around you. All dead come here. Some must have travelled with you once. Where this woman you mentioned? If I no fault with your reasoning, I have some other questions. I'll look for them then, mayhaps to speak of memory. Where's the woman you mentioned? Northeast Memorial Hall, the floor below us. Check the beers there. Her name should be one of the memorial plaques. Mayhaps they will revive your memory. I don't know. I don't recall ever travelling with a woman. Said there were others who came here. Yeah. That makes no response. Other questions. Let's see. You sound ill. Are you not well? I am close now to the true death, restless one. It will not be long before I pass beyond their eternal boundary and find the peace I have been seeking. I tire of this mortal sphere. Dahl gives a ragged sigh. The plains hold no more wonders for one such as I. The eternal boundary, are you certain there might be some other way I can help you? I don't wish to live forever, nor live again, restless one. I could not bear it. As you turn to leave, Dahl speaks. Know this, I do not envy you, restless one. Be reborn, as you would be cursed. But I could not bear. You must come to terms with it. At some point your path will return you here. Dahl coughs. The sound of rattling in his throat. Is the way of all things, flesh and bone. Perhaps we'll meet again, Dahl. Nothing. Remember to like and share the scream, folks. Especially if you like terrible, terrible acting and voices. Down here. It's a huge corpse standing silently in a corner of the room, facing the wall. It looks like he'd been a heavily set man in early years, and judging by the condition of his body, he died only recently. A freshly stitched number on his forehead reads 1664. His corpse looks like it's serving as a librarian, for it's carrying huge stacks of books in his arms. Examine the books. Books appear to be old mortuary ledgers. None of them are particularly interesting. As you search through the text, however, you notice a large page falling between two books. You are suddenly struck with the feeling that someone tucked it there to hide it. Take the page. The page doesn't look like it belongs with the ledgers. It looks like it belongs to a logbook. The tear is clean, as if with a knife. Inspect the page, removed on purpose. Read through it. Take a moment to read through Zombooks. Nice. You know what they say, books are brain food. A list of all dead bodies brought to the mortuary log and receiving room. All the entries appear to be recent arrivals. Alright. Let's have a look at the inventory. I don't like the font they use here. It's very ugly looking. Now, Enhanced Edition makes it a lot better looking, but not by much. Ragged page looks like it was cut recently on a book. Number 5. Drunk, chest wound, cause of death, mauling, Abanashi, question mark, collector, pox. 3 commons paid, no possessions. 5th night, expected cost, cause of death, terminal, age of shell prevents identification. Collector, fraud, 3 commons paid, no possessions, stripped, knife marks evident from the section. Scarred shell, cause of death, in the terminal. Scars do not appear to be the cause of death. Shock trauma. Collector, fraud, 3 commons paid, possession, fist irons, 13 commons. Middle table, receiving room. I've got to keep my eyes out on that. Dissecting course, cause of death in the terminal. Age of shell prevents identification. Collector, fraud, 3 commons paid, possessions. Log. Knife marks evidence for the section, but the section was not thorough enough. Copper earring found lodged in abdomen. Earring has been locked in the southern preparation room. Of initiate taken the third circle, examine it. Has strange markings, like those with contracted worker 79. Skeleton, cause of death, indeterminate, age of cell, forensic identification, fraud, 3 commons, no possession, strip, knife marks from distanciation. Previous entries, these shells, fraud has been brought to show signs of prepared, investigation, entry, blah 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 blah, as one of Fraud's gang, I've seen it before, would ask Emmerich to play key to how the man died. Tiefling, male, aw, they're not the fun ones. Cause of death, slash mark, discoloration of wounds and concept with grave rot, ghoul claws, collector, fraud, 3 commons, no possession, strip knife, evidence, deception. I'm actually curious why the hell they want to see how the bodies die. I mean, they don't care. You see a slight young woman with pale features. There's the sunken flesh around her cheeks and neck make her appear as she's starving. She seems intent on dissecting the corpse in front of her, prodding the chest with a finger. Kinky. Greetings. Woman does not respond. She seems to intend on the body in front of her. As you watch her work, you suddenly notice her hands. Fingers are like talons. They are darting in and out of the corpse's chest cavity with knives, removing organs. I said greetings. The woman makes no response. Tap the woman to get her attention. The woman jumps and whips around to face you. Her eyes are rotting yellow with small orange dots for pupils. As she sees you, her expression changes from surprise to irritation, and she frowns at you. Greetings. She doesn't seem to have heard you. She leans forward, squinting. She can't quite make you out. Whatever is wrong with your eyes must make her terribly nearsighted. Yo! She clacks at her toweled fingers together, then makes a strange motion with her hands. Fine, thread. An embalming juice. Bring here. To Ilvin. Go, go. I've made her sound like a Skaven from the fantasy Warhammer. I had some questions first. She turns away. She makes no sign that she heard you. Here must be as poor as the eyesight. Okay, thread. An embalming fluid and thread. If I'm right, you get some thread by unraveling a zombie. The eye of this corpse is set close together. The eyeballs themselves are slightly skewed. One face to the left and another to the right. You can barely make out the number 257. Trace into this bruised forehead. Looks like the corpse has taken several blows to the head, making the numbers difficult to read. Do you get dizzy with your eyeballs facing like that? There's no flicker of understanding the corpse's eyes. The stare slightly off the left and the right. Corpse 985 has stopped dead in its tracks. Judging from the condition of its left leg, it looks like it's some sort of tomb rot. Corpse mold has eaten through its knee. The corpse is wobbling unsteadily back and forth, trying to keep balance. Give the corpse a push. Try to keep the health balance. Give the corpse a push. There's a crack from the corpse's left leg, and the body falls like dead tree. The torso stiffens the stone flagstones and shatter like rotten melon. Filth and ichor gurgling from the cavity. You're surprised. No one seems to have noticed the corpse cracks, and even stranger, the legs remain standing where the body was, as if at attention. The moment legs fall over with a wet bump. As you gaze upon the putrefied remain of the corpse, you notice the left arm seems intact, and the snapping torso during the fall doesn't appear to have been touched by the tomb rot that is spread throughout its body. I wonder if we can make use of that arm. Maybe. Let's grab an arm. This is a proper point-and-click adventure. Damn. Tiefling girl got... She can't be that. She can't be a tiefling, though. She has no tail. I know they don't all have tails, but the ones I think of have tails. Who's this? Shambling corpse gazes with vacant eyes. The number 821 is carved into its forehead. The lips have been stitched closed. Faint smile from you. So, seeing anything interesting going on? Workers address the zombie, blinks. What? You're not a zombie. Who are you?
Updated my journal.
Zombie worker. The zombie is trying to respond behind stitched lips. His peculiar, half-frightened, half-angry expression. Who you? What you want? Look at a way out of here. Can you help me? Who are you? Tell me who you are. All called guards. Lie. Why, I'm looking for you. Ask question here, zombie. Tell you who you are, I'll make you disguise a reality. Move a way out of here, can you help me? Zombie doesn't seem to have heard you. He looks up and down for a few moments and frowns. What you do here? His eyes narrow suspiciously. You spy and does this? No, I'm trying to escape. I'm not a spy, I got sealed here by accident, can you help me out? Stand for a moment and nod slightly understanding. Why should I help you? Because I need your help. Because I won't expose you to a disguise if you can help me. There's someone that would much rather disguise himself as a corpse and be a corpse. He was frightened for a moment and studies you and sneers across his face. You smell the dog of it. You smell the dog in you. My friends, idiot. You got nobody. Supposed to be here. Does this. Kill you. Me escape. That's a weird pseudo Cockney accent I've got going on here for this dude, but I'm gonna go. I won't escape if I kill you. Now, you won't escape if I kill you. Now start talking or I'll make that disguise a reality. Worker, zombie eyes narrow and he hisses at you. You try and put me in dead book. I got friends here. You got nobody. I'll kill you. That was your last chance for die. Bird in hell, I'm not leaving. And I'm leaving. As you turn to leave, the zombie makes a low growl in his throat. Cockney. When an Irish person tries to be a Cockney. I'm also drinking a shy. What's left of it? A bottle of Asahi. A-S-A-H-I. Pronounce it. As you return to leave, the zombie makes a low growl in his throat. You say nothing know about me. You be quiet. This is nothing. Who does this? Puts his finger across my lips. Shh. He draws his finger across his throat. We'll cut you to sleep. You hear me? You just threaten me. That doesn't prepare to die. Rums once sent to the dustman about you. I thought he helped you. I guess I'm not charismatic enough. Well, that was the trade-off. To find that fucking embalming fluid and cord. Yes, please. Container is locked. Now, how exactly do you, You don't lockpick that way? Alright, I guess. I thought you did. I thought you could have, like, an option. None. Door is locked, you will need a key. Okay. Mortuary, 3rd floor. Nothing. Nothing. Charcoal charm. Skeleton worker. Skeleton worker! This skeleton, number 748, according to its number chiseled above its brow, is odd that some of its teeth appear to be false ones made of reddish-brown stone. Clearly not valuable, however, the caretakers would have otherwise removed them. Pardon me, I have to ask, why the smock? I mean, if you... I have to ask, why the smock? I mean, it's not like you have anything to be modest about. Skeleton makes no reply. Great talking to you, Bones. Stay healthy. What a grey beard of mine marring in his body. Grey beard. You know, geezer, old fellow, yellow, dog, old. I don't think he's in any position to object. Why not take his body? The skeleton for a moment shakes his head. Nah, need a fresher one than this. Someone with a little more dignity. This one's all creaky and fractured. And you're not. Oh, you're a sack full of laughs. Morty glares at you. Besides, you're one to talk, Burke. Mirrors beg for mercy when you're around. Oh yeah, at least I have all my parts. Morty snorts. I'm not quite sure how he manages it without lungs. How is he talking in the first place? Let me tell you, Morty, doesn't. More satisfying than walking around, swinging your arms, breathing the crisp air through the lungs. It's great to have have a body. I'll have you know that helping you escape preparation has now been added to my growing list of regrets. Morty snorts again. Should have let you to rot. Some more, that is. Glad you feel that way. Let's go. Scamming the skeleton carefully. Someone's been taking care to bind the bones of the skeleton with leather straps woven around the body in such a pattern that they resemble muscle and tendons. The straps are secured to metal bolts punctured in the skeletal joints. The skeleton looks like it has seen a great deal of service. Many of its bones are chipped and the numerous fractures are bound with scant and foul-smelling glues. Try to pry off the skeleton joint bones. Whoa, Chief, that's vandalism. Those bolts are probably the only thing holding that bag of bones together. Necromancy only goes so far with these old fellas, you know? So? Oh, it's not a problem. Or there's a strange bobbling motion that you think might be a shrug. So sure you knew it or not. By all means, go ahead. Try to pull out the skeleton joint bolts. Pull out the iron bolt, but you're not strong enough to pull them out. They've been hammered in pretty tight. The right tool to get them out. Maybe I'll be back, bones. Now, I want to avoid talking to everyone else. Because these motherfuckers are dicks. Needle and thread. Okay, I can go back now down to, what's her name? And, give her the needle and thread. Look at him run. It's pretty fast for a walking corpse. You see Yvain. She's still dissecting the corpse's chest with her talons. Remember, the talons remind you of something, but you can't quite recall what. Watch her study the motion of her hands.
My journal.
Ooh! There we are. As you study the motion of Vivian's hands, you feel a prickling along your scalp. This will leave fire vision swimming and burning until... You are standing in front of a freshly slain corpse, the rigor mortis making a mockery of its smile. Number 42 has been stitched onto its scalp. Oh, the answer to everything died. The zombie is laying on a slab and you have just finished stitching up all his chest. You have placed something inside, something that may prove useful if you come this way again. These things safe. Wait for my return. Remember your voice is an echo, strange hollow to your ears. Cross your arms in front of your chest, and to your surprise, the corpse does it too. After a moment, the hands fall back down to its side. It does, the vision fades, so you watching Yvain's hands making the stitching motion once more. You've regained a memory. Memories can give you additional experience points, skills, and even lead you to gaining something of value later on. Not for her to get her attention. She turns and frowns. Dumb zombie! Clacks her talons finger together impatiently and makes stitching motions with her fingers. Find thread, embalming fluid. Bring here. Do anything. Go, go! Give her the thread and embalming fluid.
Updated my journal.
Without missing a beat, Yvain snaps a thread from the hands and hooks it in one of her talons. Begins sewing up the corpse's chest. She then takes embalming fluid and begins to apply a layer to the corpse. Wait. Within 2 minutes she finished, she clicks her talons and returns to her face to you. To her surprise, she extends her arms and drags her talon across your arms and chest. Nice. Not that I'm flattered, but no, I'm going to keep playing zombie. See if new friend, Chief. You two need some time together, or keep playing zombie. As she traces your arms and chest, you suddenly notice she seems to be examining your scars. She withdraws her talons, clicking them twice, and bends forward and examines some tattoos on your chest. Who write on you? I ever do that? No respect for zombie. Zombie, not paintings. She sniffs and then pokes one of your scars. This one bad shape. Many scars. No preserves. Wait. Her talons suddenly hook into the thread you brought her, and lightning like she jabs another talon into the skin near the one of the scars. Feeling barely more than a pinprick, looks like she's about to start stitching you up. Let her work.
Updated my journal.
There we are. Useful. The sensation is curiously painless as if anyone began to stitch you up the scars. When she's done, she sniffs you, frowns, and stabs her fingers into your embalming fluid. The minute she has dabbed your body with the fluid, and strangely enough, it makes you feel better. Better work. This might be the second time in my life I'm thankful I don't have a nose. Yvain puts the last touches on your body, gives you another sniff, nods, and makes a shooting motion for her talons. Done! Go, go! Damn. We had a moment, her and I. Nothing senseless like having a random stranger rip apart your body. Get away, get. No, I've got some questions for you first. What you want to know? You know someone called Fraud? Fraud? Zombie frowns briefly in thought. Me here lives in the eyes somewhere. Shakes his head. Not nowhere. Frowns again. Dusties. Very bad. They not like Fraud. Why don't the dustmen like Fraud?
Updated my journal.
He's a collector. Brings dead the mortuary. Says me at the dustman. I sound like an orc from 40k. Bring lots of deaders. Dusties don't know where they get all the deaders. Because he's putting Burke's dead book. I'm missing a journal. Have you seen it? Dunno. Some Burke kill you? I guess they did. He wants to know if someone robbed you. Probably what happened. Let's see. Something else. End up finding the thief. Look, may have some questions later. Don't go anywhere. Alright, let's try downstairs this time. We must find a key. Without getting killed.
Alright.
Alright. Junk. If I had a trunk, this would be a great joke right now. But I don't. Because I've only got a loincloth. Because even zombies need some modesty. Need something to the imagination. Okay, now these zombies, there's some trick to them to get like a really useful ring or something. Dustman's request. Check that in a minute. Iron pry bar. Zombie worker. Corpse's meaty head was clearly severed at some point and hastily sewn back on. Meaty head! Everyone's head is a bit meaty, let's be honest here. Several different sets of stitching, all in various states of unravelling, seem to indicate that the head is constantly being knocked back and reattached during the course of his work. Number 79 has been cut into its temple, circumscribed by a faved circle that appears to be branded onto the forehead. Examine the fan circle. Fang's circle looks like it was branded onto the corpse's forehead long ago, presumably before it died. Maybe a religious icon of some sort, or a rite of passage. You notice that one of the recessions between the inner fangs is a small triangle within it, with some special significance. Interesting. How did your marks get there?
My journal.
Corpse makes no reply. Looks like it's too far gone to answer the questions. Looks to be the corpse of a well-aged, even ancient woman. Don't say that to her face. That'd be rude. Aside from the embalming fluid stink, the stitches steal her mouth. The junkless trunk. Yeah, I know, right? Now, I like some junk in the trunk, but as in this case, it's a junkless trunk. Unk. It's an unk. That's what it is. Stitched to her right cheek. It's likely she looks only slightly different now than she did in her final years. Doing it later, that's the same response as before. She aged well, not poorly aged. You know, when she's aged well, she's well aged rather. It makes me think of a steak. Nice bit of meat that's just been left out there to dry up slightly. This animated skeleton smells horrible, as it being only freshly scraped and prepared. Its jaws and major joints are tightly bound with leather straps, and the rough smock has been thrown over it. Number 1221 has been chiseled onto its forehead. Pardon me, I've seen skeletons walking around here. I have to ask what a smock. Examine the skeleton carefully. Someone is taking care of the bone with leather strips woven around. Yes, before. Using your pry bar, you rip the bone skeleton joint. Skeleton collapses, some of its bones still twitching. Sorry, that bones. Wooden club! Yay, a weapon! Where was he keeping that? His ribcage, maybe? Door is locked, you will need the key. Mortuary sanatum key. No. I will not hold. I will do the opposite of hold. I will not hold. That doesn't make sense. Oh, cool. The skeleton has either seen a great deal of combat or has fallen down one too many staircases. Both arms and legs have been broken and rebuilt with the age of leather straps and thin iron rods. From the skull bears the number 863, but the back of the skull is caved in, forming an empty cavity. Notice that someone has taken advantage of this and took a rolled up piece of parchment inside the skull. You slip the parchment out of the worker's skull. Oddly enough, it looks like the skull cavity is intended to store a message, as tiny strings attached to the parchment from the hook bolted inside the skull. Accidentally fall out. Okay. You unhook the string and glance out the apartment. The stick reminds of one of the mortuary custodians. Judging from the note, the skeleton seems to be a walking messenger of sorts. As you take a second glance at the skeleton, you realise it's stopped in front of the slab because you can't figure out how to move past it. Aw, poor skeleton. Hashtag skeleton world problems. Examine the skeleton again. Skeleton warrior. Oh. Warrior! Skeleton looks like a senior. Sorry about that parchment, but I doubt you would have delivered it anytime soon. Have to ask, broken bones from combat or falling down is up there. Skeletons. Okay. Mortuary task list. Dustman embalming charm. Yes, sir. Not space. There we are. Skeleton couriers. Container is locked. Ooh, a cloth charm. Useful. Bandages. Useful. You there. Oh, yes. Are you lost? No, I'm not lost. I have some questions. I'm not lost. What's your business here? I'm here to see someone. Here to see Dahl. Very well, thank you for the information. More needle and thread. Yeah, alright, so that only works once though, if I remember right. Per person, per room. So it's not so bad. Okay, let's go to inventory and check out those papers I picked up. Someone's pen, series of tasks, red ink, in a scrap apartment. I would like the contracted workers to inspect trace daily at the end of each work shift when the new initiates come on duty. We have experienced too many contracted collapses while engaging in heavy labour as of late. This appears embalming enchantments initially use a corpse, maybe decaying or have been warped somehow. Yet the contracted workers could be inspected every 8 hours and raised if they have collapse. I love how that's the name of them, the contracted workers. They're fucking zombies and skeletons. With floating skulls. This will prevent the backlog of shells in preparation room. Why is Morte a floating skull and no one else is? Not wish to collapse bodies to be disposed of. When possible, the original contracted shells would be raised and made to resume their duties. Do a spare embalming charm with the shells for initiating duty. They are to be used only when the shell cannot be repaired. Dustman's request. Contact the necromancer responsible for raising contractual workers 42. I know he's examined the skeleton before. A certain additional rising of the body was warped. The warp is still responsive by commands, but when it has completed a task, resumes pacing the same circular pattern as it did before. Dahl recently informed me that the Worker 42 exhibits the same walking pattern as when we fought zombies decades ago. With some soul stretch and the marrow of the skeleton, with age may have caused magical elimination and decay. One of the initiates suggested it may be following an order issued by a higher ranking dustman in the past, but found no record of such order. The reason for behavior, the matter will be resolved and will be replaced. Zombies don't seem to be as useful as they first look. Rolled up piece of parchment. This is the third and last request for the fry bar. Has been replaced. Tell me where should I go to the Hive Market and purchase another. I have no objection to maintaining contracted workers, but I've been trying to repair the skeleton. The bolts are wedged in so tight I can get them out. Also, some of the locks in the storage cabinets on the third floor become stuck again due to the heat. Need a pry bar to snap them open as well. Wow, that's subtle. Your aid in the matter will be appreciated. Unread will sign and scroll beneath the message. Okay. So, I'm going to go now and open up the ship with the pry bar.
Done.
This container is locked. And pry bar.
Forced it.
There we are. Ancient copper earring, closed. And some bandages. Hooray! Sure no one heard me smashing open a cabinet. Brains. This is a especially ghastly looking female corpse missing its ears, nose and lips. Or saw her jaw closed. Whoever prepared her had first drawn the skin especially tight around her mouth. You can still see the line of crooked yellow teeth through the opening slit that remains. Number 8 and 9. Don't talk about her slit like that. That's like yellow. It's aged, respectively. Number 891 has been carved to the flesh of her brow. Yeah, okay. Rumbies. Ooh, junk. I love junk. Cleaning rags, no idea. Bandages. And there's the loop of the whole place. You there, hold! Dustman guards, he is a stern-looking man in black robes. He's glaring at you suspiciously. You, state your business. Business is my own. That's right, but I still don't have... I seem to be lost. You do indeed look lost. Dustman claps his hand together sharply 3 times. Peace be guard, Dustman. Whoa! No, not Ciergo. He has a name, which means there was a story to him. But he's dead now.
Right.
They're all dead. Dustman robes, bronze ring, and a jagged knife. Our inventory is full. Mortuary key. Jagged knife. Okay, let's go through our inventory and see what I can get rid of. Cleaning rags. I have killed! I am what I always knew I would be. A monster. Bronze ring. Key. Robes. The rings on for the sake of it. Earring. Can't. It's closed. That sucks. Damn. Stitch like Franken. I know, right? Well, that's, after all, is what happened to him. The zombies know that we're under attack. They have like 2 modes, at defense and shuffle aimlessly. They're not getting their bang for their buck, I gotta be honest with you.
All right.
Gained experience. Hi, buddy. Hell yeah. Bronze ring, jagged knife. I'm gonna sell so much shit. There shouldn't be any doors at all. This is fucking sigil. Should be portals and open. Like, come on, come on. There. Brains. Thorax, ligament, earlobes. Mod zombies are so unpicky these days. Back in my day. It doesn't say how much everything's worth. Oh, I forgot I can do this. I love the pre-rendered shit. Oh, fuck. Giant skeleton.
Yeah, good as done.
I'm hurt.
Well.
Encore. You know, I was just sitting here wondering whether you were gonna get up, and then you have to go spoil my fun.
Stuff all my shit. That's fun. Okay, so the giant skeletons will fuck me up. I think that's been established. Perhaps more established is the fact that the giant skeletons will fuck me up.
Done.
Whoa! There we are. Aw, the tentacle ladies were gonna go and do things to me. I should have stayed there. We could have had ourselves some necrophiliac hentai shit. Instead we get an unused scene from Mist. Sigil! Woo! It's so blocky and grey and brown. Don't mind me, I just killed 5 of your friends. You all like dead things anyway, don't you? They took my robes off me.
Done.
Hi, Pox. This cowl figure is hunched like, by the mortuary gate. His face is obscured by the shadow of his hood. You can see his chin, which is covered with stubble, what appear to be foul green and purple rash. The rash seems heaviest around the neck, fading as it crawls up the chin. Greetings. Figure doesn't bulge. There's a moment of silence, and he responds in a high pitch. Voice sounds more suited to a girl of 10 years old than a man. Hi! That's too Ryby Jenkins is. I know. Hi. Who are you? Pox am I. Hi. Pox? Mother and father named me. Wish a pox on firstborn. A curse given. Came true it did. Hi. Again, your eyes are drawn to the purplish green rash covering Pox's chin and neck. Oh, I have some questions for you. Hi. What are you doing? Wait for deaders, do I? Hi. Deaders? Corpses? Why? Find a deader. Take him through the gate. Get some jink. Then again, wait. Hi. Is the iron gate only way inside the mortuary? Hi. Only deader or dustman go in gate. They do. I've slowly turned them more into a Native American stereotype. One box makes you deader again? Again? Aye. Many times you ask. Box always do. How many times exactly? Many times. Hi. So we met before? Hi. What do you know about me? You a deader who don't stay deader for long. Hi. Deal square with box you do. You know what else about me? You a deader. Yeah, what you do. So what else besides that? Okay. Kill me then. It would be quicker. Alright then, how about I just pretend I'm dead and sneak me in? I have other questions. Do you know a guy called Farad? Aye, Farad, collector. Big, name his weight. Cast long shadow, it does. Hi! I don't know why, every time I say hi, it gets funnier. Collector? Aye, collector. Gathers debtors, bring them to adjustment for Jake. Where might I find him? Aye, in the hive here. He is somewhere. Aye. Any more specific? Aye. So I gotta stop him. I don't know why I'm finding that so funny. Aye. Somewhere in the hive he is. Farad hide he does. Very hard finding he is. Not worth finding he is. Not worth finding? What do you mean? Aye. Many hates him. Other collectors even. Shargrave hates him. Not like Farad at all. Aye. Shargrave? Aye, Shargrave, big name, carry weight, cast long shadow he does, tell Pox what to do he does. Would your boss, this Shargrave, know where Farad is?
Dated my journal.
Aye, Shargrave knows darks he does, knows Farad's a hiding he does. Shargrave in Ratpicker Square, many blocks west of here. Aye, says Shargrave that Pox sent you, tell him. Shargrave becomes sharecropper? With pots he will. Aye. That's my question. Ratpicker Square west of here or at Sharkgrave's? By the way, aye. What's this building then? Ooh, it's a pillar. Man before you looks like a middle height in years. He is stout with a thick, bullish neck and shoulders are hunched, as in a great weight is pressed upon them. He wears a patient look and stares at a blank monolith in front of him. Greetings! Man throws a glance. There's room, Cutter. No me to last. Stand here. Actually, I want to know where the monolith was. Whoa! The storm's coming in heavy. Hello, Mr. Rain. It's been getting worse and worse all day. It's starting to come in strong now. It's a tombstone for the Plains, he scoffed. Graveyards of names are scratched out to that rock. Can only hope my name, the one that'll split this stone in twain. This is what to read. He points at the base of the monolith. Quinton, right there, hammered in. It's hard enough to send the damn thing crashing down. Tombstone for the Plains? Aye. Quinton signs ruefully. The Dusties scratched their names and the dead on this monument here. He gestures around him. And on the walls of this place. Not enough space, my reckoning. But no matter. They do their best. Barely read half their names. What are you doing here? In the new arrivals. Try to find new ones every day. Try to remember if I knew them. Nothing more. Dustmen record names of all that have died in this monument. Aye, they scratch him out with this rock and scratch him out to the walls of this place too. Quit stuffs. Don't know why they take the trouble. Take counting on the dead. Dusties have more care for the living. The living? Aye, now what dozens mourns come to this place. They aren't mourning the dead, see. They're mourning the living. You can barely get a word in them edgewise without asking more some poor living work for ye. Why would they mourn for the living? Got me there, Cutter. Might want to put that question to them. Seems a dead or thrice worth pity of the poor sod living in this pit. He nods at the monument. Every name there is blessed in my book, it is. Never know anybody came back after a name was put there. Didn't come back from death. Quentin shakes his head. Not one, Cutter. Everything that lives dies. Kind of? That's the way of things, he shrugged. Still, considering this plane goes on for all, I suppose anything's possible. Suppose so. Okay. So let's have a gander then of this area. What the fuck? Thugs. Okay, now we're in time. Now we're in the mood for a fight, huh? Okay, inventory. Quick use. Quick use. Where the hell you are? You are no match for a corpse and his skull.
Damn it.
Dick. Stand still. I want to come back and loot the corpse. There we go. Okay, bronze ring. That's always good.
I know dadders today said walking ones looks like.
I wonder why they gave her a voice. Good plot. Useful. Everyone seems really comfortable that, like, I'm a walking corpse. I'd be kind of upsetting a lot of different things. Oh yeah, Davos. The tall creature. A shock of white hair. Its skin is greenish cast. Its pair of goat horns protruding from its forehead. Its dressed in long flowing robes appear to be floating slightly above the ground. Greetings. The creature turns to face you. A series of symbols appear around its head. Symbols of slight glow about them. They just hover there. Oh, for the power's sake. Piking, Davos. Piking? No, piking is an actual slur to be used against, pikey is a slur to be used against, British travellers. Peaky Blinders, have a lot of pikeys. Brad Pitt in Snatch is a pikey. We call them knackers over here. It's the same rule. You don't say it to their faces, but if you want to insult them. He's a Davos. They speak in reboots. These annoying word puzzles. If you don't know what he's saying, we better find a native or some other way to communicate with him. If you want to. An annoying bunch. I bet they can speak. They just would rather piss everyone off by trying to puzzle out what they're trying to say. What's a Davos? What's a Davos? Chant is that they're janitors for the Lady of Pain? Chant. They float around breaking, fixing, patching up sigil according to her whims. They're worse than corpse flies. Mort sighs. You can't swat them though, our lady gets upset. Lady of Pain? Who's that? She runs the city. You'll know her if you see her. She's got these blades around her face. About the size of a giant. She floats off the ground just like these guys. Morte nods at the Davos, who looks at them both. Nobody knows much about her. She doesn't speak much. All you need to know is that you don't want to make her angry. See her. My advice, run. The Davos waits patiently, hands tucked into its sleeve. Series of symbols materialize above its head. Vanishing question mark appears. Try to translate. Oh, it worked! See, that's the advantage of having high intelligence and wisdom. I asked Dabas several questions, trying to get a feel for the rebuse that appears above its head. Extremely patient throughout your discussion. Easy sentences to translate. After a few minutes, you start to get the hang of it. Looks like you've done this before. Maybe you can help me. Dabas waits. Who are you? I am Dabas. Okay. What are you doing? Once about him, I attend to my duties. Tell me about the Lady of Pain. Lone symbol appears above Dabas's head. This one shows a metallic female mask. Blades coming out of its sides. Just looking at the ghostly image makes you uncomfortable. That's all I want to know. Farewell. Dabas bows slightly, silver red's head. It's away. Okay. I thought this was the city didn't have doors. They're all just portals. Hey, cool, I'm just gonna barge into her house like it's Final Fantasy VII. Blast, I almost had it this time. Don't you know it's dangerous to interrupt spellcasters when evoking a spell? Maybe I was only practicing. Well, what is it you want? Nothing, apparently. Can I rob her place?
Done.
Nothing. Sure, she's a part of some major quest, but whatever. Hive Dweller. Delium! I thought I'd never see it. Delium? Sounds like a weird element. Thought I'd never see it again. In what, 4 years? You look, well, no matter. Say here that 100 coppers I owe ya. Oh, I can keep on going. I just needed to... It was kind of like an old motorbike engine. I needed a good few kicks to keep going. I owe you. I wouldn't return it to you sooner, but as if you were disappeared. I have to face a sigil. Where we heading now anyway? Thelium. Very well. Let him go. Stay away from that burnt out alley down there if you're not looking for trouble. Hive Dweller, Hive Dweller. That dude. Hive Dweller to Hive Dweller. Anna! Oh, she's got a tail. Sexy. She's a striking redhead girl dressed in leather armor. Her right arm is covered with a series of interlocking plates that look like if they were taken from the skin of some creature. And horned shoulder pieces protect her left arm. Oddly enough, she has a tail, flicking back and forth as you watch. Wake off! Greetings. The girl ignores you. I'm looking for someone named Farad. Do you know where I can find him? Hiya, mate. It's a Merv. You've sweetened the question, eh? Click her tongue and rubs her two-fingered turn. Jink jink. Alright, never mind. Aye. Pike off wherever you came from then. Right, so I'll head down to the market and sell my gear. And then come back and ask her some questions. Seeking company, cutter. Kill your heels, cutter. Freshen your drink, governor! You never hear those accents anymore. I don't even have any copper, I just have like items to sell. I need to go and find a market. Centaur! I'll come back if I remember right. This has so much more character than some games in like Elder Scrolls, and I love Elder Scrolls. The difference is, however, it's that everything looks so similar at the same time. It's hard to get your bearings, and I suppose that makes sense for a city that's literally on the inside of a bloody ring. Ooh, tattoo parlor, I gotta remember that.
Alright.
Really? No, you're not coming at me? Good boy. Painted door. First to be a door in the arch was actually a painted artist made use of the shadows. Overhang the arch. Some useful textures give a door illusion of substance. Examine the door. Must have been Banksy's work. But the skill of the artist is nothing remarkable about the door. Leave the door alone.
Have you got the kid?
I'd like to check it out, but I already own this game, and as you may recall, I'm financially a little bit on the lean side. Though I'd definitely love to see it. Have you considered playing it, or have you played it before? I imagine you've played it before, but have you played it before on your channel? I forget where the market is. Oh yeah, of course. There's quite a list. Tomorrow, by the way, if you have the Epic Store, if you have the Epic Store, you can get Surviving Mars free tomorrow. So I'll be probably playing that over the weekend. Oh, some hood rats. Give it to the Rob. Oh shit! Sir Robin ran away. It's a great way of seeing the city super quick. Rusty dagger. Probably can't use that, so... Let me get rid of the task list. Probably gonna get much use out of that. I need to find the other, I need to find where the market is. And for that, I need coin. Anyway, do I have coin? That dude did give me 100 coin. Yep. I have 100 coin. Alright, where's that, hot tiefling girl? I'm a stickler for tiefling and drow.
Well, what is it?
You know you've got a tail. Oh, I'm sure she's never ever realised that before. Do I now? The girl looks at her tail. So I do. And here I was thinking that it was a trick in me eye. Aye, aren't ye sharp, cutter? She bares her teeth. You piss off back whatever hole you crawl out of. I don't know what accent we're playing here, but... Me nor me tail is not for trade, jink. Okay, I've got some other questions. Mort, is this as well neither you nor your tails for tail? You couldn't squeak out a living with them anyway. What are you on about, Blader? Say it again! You said that you couldn't make a living selling yourself. You said, and I disagreed, that you can make a living selling yourself. I say and I agree. Oh, bros before hoes! He said and I disagreed he couldn't make a living selling himself. What's all this now? You're playing Stern Headache? Hardhead. Friendly hardhead with me. Back off, you fetcher and Lilith. This one's named Fraud. Jinky Jink. Needs money. Oh. Aye. What the skull said? Part of coin. Right, how much? Don't you have anything I want to hear, but try me, then I'll decide if it's worth. Right, how much? What's no, aye? Right, how about 10? 20 then. Okay. Ah, you're right then. She pockets the money. It's gone so quickly you have no idea where it's vanished to. From the alley, Spirewards and Mortuary. That's the south and west of the Mortuary, eh? Bloop, 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 bloop.
I've never seen something so ugly. I've not.
She has a, like, an actual voice, so I'm assuming she's an actual, like, character.
Gone. Done.
One day they'll get their old drumming band to work. One day. Oh, you're not meant to see those sprites up this close, let me tell you.
Come on off with you there, let's go.
Howdy.
I feel stronger.
I feel stronger. Alright, I leveled up. Look at me. Saving throws improved. Fighting skills have improved. 1 characteristic points gained. Okay, Constitution. Fire dexterity. Go back. Alright, let's go with strength. Alright. Reading!